Okay, good morning everyone. So we'll continue with chapter 8. Chapter 8 of Geography, Human Environment. Settlement, transport, communication. So we have already discussed about various divisions of settlement. In that we have discussed permanent and temporary settlement. Then we discussed about scattered and compact settlement. Right. Now one more division is there in the settlement which we will understand, and that is settlement as per the rural and urban. It is divided. Okay, urban settlement and rural settlement, so that we will understand little bit in rural area. And basically it is like scattered and compact settlement. If you see scattered settlement, you will find it in remote areas, so that will be in rural areas. And if you see the compact settlement, that you will find in the urban areas. So basically it will be the urban settlement. Understood? So but how the thing is there, that we need to understand. So in rural areas, people build houses to the environment. So here we will understand about the rural area. So if we see, people build houses to suit their environment. Okay, so if you see, we make house as per our need, right? We have discussed this in this previous classes also. In smaller classes, you have already, in junior classes, you have already read these things, right? That we build house as per our environment, our need, our requirement. So that is why if you see in different areas we find different type of houses, right? So in, if you go to village, you will find slanting roof and stilts. Okay, in some of the villages you will find the roofs will be slanting like this. Understood? And it will be, if you see, built on the bamboos. The bamboos will be given, it will be raised up. The house will be raised up with the support of bamboo. That is stilt. So that is basically done because these houses, if you see, is in the rural areas where you have a lot of space, right? Greenery, space. It is not like cities. If you go to city, you will find very less animals and all, right? Why? Because there is no place for them. Everything is so compact, so there is no place for them. But in rural areas there is a lot of space where animals can also come. So for safety purpose they have bamboo support, that is called stilt, in their houses. Understood? Now you will see thick mud walled houses. The wall will be very thick so that it can save the it can be saved from the weather condition. Understood? So thick walls will be there, which will be coated with mud. Understood? Now people are engaged in activities like agriculture, fishing, forestry, craft work, and trading. So if you see, if people are doing farming, so obviously they need more space to keep the things, right? There will be crops, no? So it is not like that crops will directly from the farm, it will directly go to market. It is not like that. They need much space to keep those crops and all. So that is why they require more land area. And thus you will see in rural areas they have land in spread in extensive area. Understood? Now we'll understand about the urban areas. In urban areas, now if you see what happens in urban areas, so in urban areas usually permanent houses are made using bricks, cements, and iron. That is also called pakka house. If you see, that is this we are reading, that is basically kacha house and pakka house, which you have read in your junior classes. Understood? So you will see permanent houses which are basically made of bricks, cements, and irons. Also you will see marbles and tiles are being used in houses for the decorative purpose. Okay. So, yes, and what work people do there in the cities, in what activities they are engaged in. So they are engaged in manufacturing, trading, and services. Like many of the people, they have private jobs or government jobs, that kind of thing. Manufacturing, like it's working in some factory. Okay, trading, that means business. So that kind of thing people do in the cities. Understood? So this is what we already, this is completed. Now we'll move to next one, that is Is there any question in this one? Anyone is having any question from this topic which we did now? Any questions? Anyone? Okay. So yesterday we discussed about roadways. Yeah, what is roadways that we discussed, right? Now we will discuss that this is divided into two types. Okay. Roads are divided into two types, which is metalled road and unmetalled road. Okay. Now, what is metal road and unmetalled road? So basically, it is metal road is the paved road, or you say the pakka road which you have, that is metal road. Understood? And you have unmetalled road, which is unpaved road or kacha road, which you see. Understood? So that is basically metal road or unmetalled road. Now we need to understand that as per the landforms, we have different landforms. So we already discussed in different landforms how the people survive, right? How they live and how they are like which landform is comfortable to live, which is difficult to live. That we have already discussed in previous chapter. Now if you see, when we talk about the mountains, okay, so these are the mountains, and as you know, mountain have the harsh climate to live. It is not very easy to live on mountain. Now if you want to build road here on mountain, it will be difficult to do this, right? Why it will be difficult? If you see, there will be chance of or risk of landslide. There will be risk of landslide when you are making building a road on the mountain. Understood? Now if we talk about plateau, so plateau is like this, right? It is a tableland. So when there is, here you can easily make the road, but to connect it here, it will be bit difficult. On plateau also you will find road which will be having slight, if you see, steeps, right? So the roads which you will find on the plateau, they will have steeps, right? Steep slopes. Okay, there will be slopes. Now if you see, when you make land on flat, sorry, road on flat land, you will find it very comfortable to make road, right? So when we see different landforms and we see when we build road on them, what happens? So on mountain it is very difficult. On plateau we can do that, but it will be very it will have very steep slopes. Okay, now when you make land on plains, it will be very comfortable to do that, right? Very comfortably you can build roads on plains. Okay, so on this thing we will understand the. Okay. So planes have a sense of network of roads. Roads also have have also been built in terrains like deserts, forests, and even high mountains. Now, if you see, roadways, like planes have a sense of network of roadways. As I explained just now, that it is easy and it is comfortable to build roads on plains, but it is very difficult when you build roads on mountains. And even on plateaus you will have roads, it can be built, but it will have the steep slopes. Okay, now roads have also been built in terrains like for desert, forest, and even high mountains. So with the development of technologies, yes, the roads have been built in deserts, forest, and high mountains also we have built the roads. Okay, but that will have the risk of landslide, right? Now if you see Manali Leh highway, which is in the Himalayan mountain, that is one of the highest roadways in the world. Okay, also if you see the roads are built underpath, that means subways. You would have seen subways which is underpath. That means there will be a tunnel kind of thing and the road will be there inside. Understood? That you would have seen. So you can see subways and underpaths which is built underground, which is built underground. Also you may find flyovers which is uh, roads built over raised structures. So subway is the road built underground. Okay, the roads are also built underground, that is subway or underpath. When you talk about flyovers, you must have seen the flyovers. So roads built over raised structures, that is flyovers. Okay, so this is what we have in roadways. Now next we have railways, waterways, airways. So we will discuss about different transport in our next class. In this class, we have only this much. Any question anyone till now? Is there any question from the topic we have done till now? Anyone? Okay, no questions. So this chapter is, if you see, it is very easy chapter, and most of the things from the chapter you have already discussed. We have already learned in our previous chapter or junior classes. This chapter is basically very easy. Only you need to remember and recall the things. That is what. Okay, thank you all for today. So we'll end our class here only. Thank you, everyone.